This interview today is going to be a bit different from everything we did before, and there are two reasons for that. First reason is that I'm interviewing two entrepreneurs, two great founders of company at the same time. And the second reason is that they're actually in different places right now. Evgeny is in the warehouse of the company, where he's going to show us the way things go in there. And Andrey is in the office. So guys, you all right today?
Great.
All right, the first question to both of you, and I guess this program will take twice as long as normal, but still. What's your background? What did you do before starting this company, Nano Protech?
So Andrey, go ahead. He is a senior partner in the business, so he'll respond first, right?
Yeah. Actually, I've got experience of being entrepreneurial for 6 years, maybe for 7 years. I launched my first company when I was 18, and it was quite risky. And I had failed with that first business. But then it took me 2 years to learn about what problems, what mistakes I have done there, and then and now I'm co-founder of 5 companies in 3 countries, and that's actually because of thanks to this first fault which I've done 6 years ago with my first business, and that's all about learning your mistakes and trying to find the best way to solve how you should go further and never give up and be brave and quite smart about that.
All right. Evgeny, your experience now.
So my background is in construction business. So I was working in construction business for many years. All my family was in construction business. My grandfather, my father, and me, myself. And I think the most important skill, if we can say so, again, there was kind of a project management, because the construction business is something where you need to put together a lot of contractors, subcontractors, yeah, and a lot of uncertainty to manage, yeah. And then I came to London, where I studied the same business school which Alex graduated from as well.
You're in the best business school in the world.
Absolutely, for sure. And while I was studying there, I also started to work in Russian-British Chamber of Commerce, where Alex also used to work for some time.
You mean the best Chamber of Commerce?
Absolutely. And that's exactly the place where I met Andrey when he came to London with this amazing product, which you can see on background. He came there, and we were talking about what would be the best way to get this business, to make this business international, get it out of Russia where it's already successful. And instead of separating, we just decided to work together and to share business.
Right. So Nanoprotect, what's the product about?
So Nanoprotect is basically there is nanotechnology inside, as I suspect guessed from the name, yeah. This is an innovative way to protect any kind of metal surface from corrosion and protect any kind of electrical equipment from short circuits as well. The other interesting thing about the product is not just protection from corrosion and short circuits, it's also an amazing lubricant. So we have these 3 amazing features. One can, which makes it absolutely unique. And that's it.
All right, can you show it over, the product itself? All right, Nanoprotect. Cool. So nice. So
the way how it works, you just spray it over any kind of metal surface, and from that moment, it will be absolutely protected from corrosion, short circuits, and also lubricated. The can which you see on the camera right now, this is our latest product, which we're selling to bicycle markets. We have identified that, actually, Andrey have identified that everyone, even though he drives BMW in this city, and I'm the one who rides bikes, and he told that we're now going to sell these products to the bicycle market, since it's so much more developed in UK than anywhere else in the world. And as you know, London is also a very wet city, so they absolutely need something that can protect them from moisture and something that can lubricate all the friction units of their bikes, like chains and gearboxes. And for a couple of months already, we are pushing this market to this specific niche.
Yeah, just I want to add a bit about the background of the product. The idea came when we have launched this product and started to implement Russian Railways, another enterprises company, and we have identified this huge market and huge niche, and that was the idea to come to UK and bring this product to worldwide market, since it's not just about the technology and the quality of the product. It's also about our mission, about the idea for to introduce Russian product on the international markets. It's quite rare when such high technology products for retail or for B2B businesses, they come in from Russia, not in Russia, and that's why that was the main idea to came to UK, and now we are quite proud, and in all our adverts we still mention that this product is hidden from deepest and darkest Russia. So that's part of our story, which we are a bit proud as well. And also about why we have moved to bike industry. There are it's when our customers try this product for themselves, for instance, for their bikes or for their household, for everything, it would be much better for us to make them convenient that this product works in B2B businesses when we will come and meet them in railways as well, or in other commercial companies or state enterprises. And the shortest way to get knowledge of 30 million British people living here is to come to the market with the bike product. So that's the shortest way to make all decision makers to know about our properties and how it really works on their bikes, for instance.
Right. So you guys set a high standard of the company, which is kind of cool. Evgeny, I can see you got different colors there, different packages and colors. So can you tell us a bit how many types of Nano Protect you have?
There are actually much more products available on Russian market. Those which we have brought to UK, there are 6 different products, plus one the bike product. Yep. So we have the industrial product. These are these very modest cans with a little bit of a pictures. They are just for professionals. Yep. We're selling these ones to big industrial customers, to enterprises, and we're actually selling them more expensive. We also have a automotive product, cars. Yep. And we have a general use product for all purposes, kind of multi-purpose product which you use in household, in gardening tools, and everywhere else. Yeah, and in every segment we have kind of 2 subdivisions, which is Nanoprotect anti-corrosion and Nanoprotect electric. The anti-corrosion have a little bit more lubrication properties and is designed to protect from corrosion, while the Nanoprotect electric is the product which is more designed to work on electrical bits and pieces to protect them from short circuit and from moisture. Yeah, and the bike product is the product which was specially developed, specially designed for the bicycles in UK to protect the bicycle chains, gearboxes, and other friction units from moisture, and to keep them lubricated in these terrible conditions in this country. Yeah.
Right. So I guess, I mean, the product is unique in a way, right? But there is still some competition out there on the market. What's your way to deliver your message to the customers to say, all right, you need to buy Nanoprotect to save your bike?
I love that you asked that question, because we spend a lot of time, we put a lot of effort, and we also spend a lot of money to find our way around the competition. So what we did before we came to UK is that we have taken all of the competitors' products and we send them to the test house, to the laboratory, independent laboratory here in UK. First of all, we tested all of the anti-corrosion products, and we found out that our product is the best available in the market. Second thing which we did, especially for the bicycle markets, we took all the bike chain lubricants and we sent them to another laboratory here in UK, independent ISO tests. Yep. We were not participating in the tests. We have just bought all of those cans, put them in one box, and sent them. And they were testing them by themselves using the approved ISO technology. And then they send us back the result. And what we found out next is that our product is also the best lubricant in the market. So, for example, with our bike chain lubricant, you will have 3 times less friction than with the market leader in UK. And also you'll have a corrosion protection. This is something that no one of competitors offering, for example, in bike chain market. So advantages of our product, and now this is the most difficult bit. The most difficult bit is to convey this message to customers, to explain them and to show them the test, to explain them, to make them use our product, to realize those benefits. So now most of our effort is put into explaining customers and to showing them these tests and to explaining them how much better is our product.
As far as I understand, Nanoprotect can be used not only when it comes to the bikes themselves, right? So there are some other appliances, I guess. On your website, I saw the YouTube video when you guys showed the way it can be used with the socket, I think, and some other electric devices. So can we use your product in some other cases as well, not only with bikes?
Obviously, as I told about the properties, this is lubricant, corrosion protection, and protection from short circuits, right? So pretty much whenever, any place where you have metal surface, or where you have electricity, you can apply the product there, yeah? But now we're targeting this particular niche, since we believe it's the most lucrative one, yeah? Talking about the video which you have seen on our website, this is an example of how the nanoparticles work. The way how it works is that the nanoparticles, they would stick to any kind of metal surface, and they would dispense water and create a protective barrier which won't let anything in or anything out, including the electricity. And the video which you have seen is what we use to prove that the protective barrier is there. Since you can't see the barrier, we need to find a way to explain customers that the nano film is covering all the metal surfaces. And this is the video which is used to prove it. And on the exhibition, for example, what we do, we take a bowl of water, we put a light bulb into there, we apply Nanoprotect on the metal surfaces of that light bulb, and then we put our hand into the same bowl with water. I'll send you a picture afterwards so that you can show it to your audience.
Sure.
And this is how we obviously attract attention and how we explain how the nanotechnology works. And the other advantage of nanotechnology is also that the nanoparticles, they are so small that they would fill all the little cavities and make the surface really smooth, which helps to eliminate friction. That's why it's the best lubricant and the best corrosion protection.
Right. So you mentioned before that you have a scientific guy, the scientific brain as a co-founder of the company. The question is, how many guys of you in the team right now, and how do you sort of manage to run the company all together? Who does what? Whose responsibility comes from each of you?
May I answer this question, Andrey, as well?
I would appreciate if you could repeat that again. If not.
Sure. I mean, there are different people in your company and several co-founders, like yourself, Evgeny, the scientific guy, right? and
Yep.
each is in charge of different responsibilities. But since you run the same company, sometimes you can have a clash of opinions. Let's say Evgeny wants to sell more, someone else wants to, to maybe change the technology. There's a clash of opinions since there are several of you, right?
That's an amazing question. I'll tell you how it usually works. Usually, so we right now in London we're three co-founders, and every day we meet in the office. And Andrey is the guy who is always coming up with unbelievable idea, and I'm always starting to criticize him, kind of saying that it's impossible, it wouldn't work, it's too expensive. And then he looks at me with a smile because he's the most, the bravest guy in the company, and I hate him for them, obviously. and then he says, Evgeny, we can do it. Go find out. And then we just go find out how to do that, and then we're making it happen. Am I right, Andrey?
Kind of, yeah. The main issue is that you need, when you are working in the team, you should have one same goal for the whole team. Even if you have different opinions and different ways to implement any kind of idea in the team, and you use it as the target, it's still you can agree with each other if you have the similar idea, if you really believe in that, it will still work even if somebody doesn't agree at all. But later on next day, if we will come back to that question again, the opinion might change.
Right, that makes sense.
The original question was about how we separate the work, who is responsible for what. The thing is that in small company, pretty much everyone is doing what needs to be done. So in exhibition, we're all selling products. I mean, today we were all working on financials because this is something that we needed to get sorted. So we're too young company to tell that we divide those roles. Obviously, there are some things which Andrey is better. There are some things where the third co-founder is better than anyone. Yeah, there are some things which I'm not better at. But we usually we have the problem. We tackle the problem all together, and there is no way to divide responsibilities so far because there are so many of those.
Right. Sometimes you have to answer the email, then the other day you go to check your bike, and different stuff at the same time.
And also main benefit is that we are three quite different people, and we have very different point of view from every side to the issue, and that's why we combine all our opinions and thoughts. It helps us to create the whole picture of the idea, the full picture, and the best. Since we don't have we have different frames and different points of view.
Andrey, from your perspective, what's your strongest part as an entrepreneur? And what's Evgeny's strongest part as an entrepreneur as well? Because I guess it should be something different since you're both co-founders working on the same company.
I believe it's to create a team and inspire your team and your partners in the idea, and to maintain this level of inspiration due to during all your working days. And this inspiration should be common and about the whole idea. It's all about inspiration. I think that's one of my I think about strength is ability to create this team, and also it's about thinking more strategically and try to find different approaches and ways solve particular issue. I believe it is that.
All right, and that's your part, right? And what's Evgeny good at as a partner?
It's very essential when your partner is not always agree with you, and that's what about Evgeny. almost with every idea, he Evgeny tries to criticize, but in a very positive way, and that's why almost every idea which is coming from any one of members of our team at the final stage, it's a mix of different ideas, and it looks much better, and that's why, because all partners take participation in this, and Evgeny make his own point of view, and make it more full, you know, or it's like how it should be, and it's about involvement of every member of the team.
Would you rather agree with this, Evgeny?
Funny enough, I hate that about myself. I hate myself every time when I criticize people because I understand that this is not always the good thing to do, but I just cannot shut up myself. I believe if we're talking about strong points of both of us, yeah, Andrey is brave, and I'm stubborn.
And the third guy?
Sorry?
And the third guy, the third co-founder?
He's strategical.
All right.
He have a vision which is much further than ours. So we're too much into day-to-day operations. We are more focused on the short-term goals, while he's looking way beyond where we can see our business.
Wow, that's awesome. You guys are based in London, and right now you're on the Marble Arch, as far as I remember. I understand the reason of you being in London right now, because there is a market and your product is in a way disruptive, revolutionary, so it should bring some challenge and for the market right now and make some change, right? But then in terms of the in terms of the easiness, in terms of the registration, running the company, renting the office, and do business in England, how hard or easy it is for you? In terms of everything that I mentioned before, is it hard to do business in England or not?
Let me answer this question, since I we got a lot of experience in running companies in Russia. I believe actually there is no huge difference if it's easier or more difficult. There is structure, and if you know the structure and know the rules, it's quite easy to learn them, and it's even more easier to follow them. And I think it's and there is no huge difference actually with doing business in Russia, of running and establishing a company in Russia. I believe in some cases even much easier to run company here than you should do that in Russia. It's from a legal point of view.
I would just add that I believe that business environment is somewhat different here. Still somewhat different. And it takes time to learn this one. And another thing is that they have less red tape, and the environment and services and government as well, they are more supportive, but then you face another problem, fierce competition.
Right. Can I ask in terms of the regulation? Because sometimes they say that Europe and the way they do business in Europe affected because of that. It's too regulated. There are too many laws, too many regulations, too many rules to follow. Lots of sort of governmental bodies who control every step that the entrepreneur do in Europe, like all those chamber of commerce, and stuff like this that the sort of watch the business doing stuff. While some other markets, emerging markets, they don't have that many regulations, and maybe partly because of that, the economic expansion right now is there and not in Europe. Would you agree with this?
I'd say that you shouldn't generalize about this. It's very different for different businesses, different sectors, and also the size of business matters. If we're talking about small company, from one point of view, it takes 1 day to open a company here. And I have never ever seen our accountants because they are outsourced in different city, right? But from other point of view, in Russia, for the same money we pay, for example, to one employee, in Russia we could have had 10 employees, right? I'm obviously a little bit of exaggerating, but the price of workforce and regulations about how you can hire people and wages and all other things, it obviously matters. So there are advantages and disadvantages, like in everything, yeah. And generally, I'd say that environment here is much friendlier than in Russia, much more friendlier to business. Everyone is kind of it's easy to find information. No one blames you for asking questions. But from other point of view, whatever the idea you have, there are already hundreds of companies out there doing that. Yeah. And if we talk about big business, so lots of our friends have much larger businesses than ours. They complain a lot about the regulations, which they about the rules which they cannot break, like in Russia. In Russia, for larger companies, allowed to have some shortcuts.
Speaking about the future of your company, the Nano Protech, what's the next step? What you guys plan to do in the few months to come?
Our half-year goal is to launch very expanded marketing campaign, and it would be quite difficult 6 months since the issue is about the product is not all technology, which is quite amazing, the technology we got here, but it's also about the marketing and people and to persuade people that they really need this product, since nanotechnology is something quite new, and people some of people they think it's just marketing way to approach the particular market niche, and so if I remember 2.8 ratio is the marketing in every sales. So branding and bringing and make people aware about the product is the most essential question in every startup and every technology in every product. So first step we have evidence base of the technology, but now we have made at the beginning of the most difficult and most interesting life step in our company's marketing, and that's why I hope in 6 months' time, every cyclist which you will stop on the street, you will ask, have you ever used nanoparticles on your bike, nanotech technologies? They will tell either they had or they haven't, but they heard and they wish to try this one, and that's our ultimate goal.
Yeah, in half a year, every bicycle rider in this country will have a can of Nanoprotect in his backpack.
Right, so riders who are watching us right now, please visit the website. You'll find the link below and check it yourself. And I'm gonna try myself as well, since I drive not the car but the bicycle now.
You actually can order. They deliver it to Russia. It's somewhat expensive, but we'll give you a discount.
Right, I really like your website, by the way. Here you can check it.
Yes.
Really easy to navigate and simple. How did you manage to create this website? It's really awesome. You guys can find the link, by the way, and go right now. How did you make this website so user-friendly?
It's also about when you try, in terms of marketing, when you try to create something, particular website, you need to pass this idea through yourself, and every time which you visit other websites, you need to write down what are advantages and disadvantages of every website, and that's why when you create your own, you need to go through every step and every stage, and it's very essential to forget that you can know this product. It's crucial to make you believe and persuade yourself that you don't know nothing about the product. It's first time you meet this product, and that's why with such approach you can jump into client shoes and try to imagine what will be his feelings about the website, how useful it is, and how many information, and is this information clear enough from the first minute of reading. So it's all about just try to keep in mind that customers are people which know a bit less than you about this product, and that's why you need to pass this website and all marketing information from you and looking from different frames on the question.
When you were asking us questions about the product, was that for the sake of interview, or you really didn't know that about the product?
I might know more than the viewers, right? And viewers that might have a vague idea. That's why I'm asking. More for
The thing
them.
is that if you didn't know that before, that means that we still have a lot of work to do with the website.
No, the website is awesome. Seriously, everybody should check it right now. The question now about the exhibition that you made before. You mentioned that you had some sales and exhibitions, right? How does it work exactly when you have a product like Nano Protect and you want to show it to others and organize such of the exhibition? What's the basic points of doing this? Like how do you organize the whole process?
It's not such difficult to organize. The main issue about event or you do like this is about them seeing the idea. This image should be in your mind, and if you do have this, it will be quite easy to implement this. And it took us roughly 1.5 months to design everything, to develop the program, to develop the marketing approach, and so it's also about your image. You need to be pretty much sure what you want to see at the end.
To make a stand on the exhibition turned out to be much simpler than we expected. What was really much more difficult than we expected was to wake up every morning 6 o'clock, go to the exhibition, open up the stand, then keep talking to customers from early morning till late night. Like every one of us talked to at least 200 people. I mean, just divide how many hours are there in the day and how many times you have told the same things. We learned hell a lot of things about the product, about how to sell it, about what are our customers, what are they looking for. Then after the exhibition, you would come back, and since you have sold everything you brought the day before, you start sticking labels to the cans, and you do that as long as you can, till the late night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the night. Then you sleep a little bit, think about, you respond the emails which you have received. You wake up 6 o'clock in the morning next day. This turned out to be a little bit more difficult than we expected.
Right, but was the overall result fruitful? Were you happy with the outcome?
Absolutely.
Nice. And before we proceed to the final part of the interview, the question about entrepreneurship. What's the worst part of being an entrepreneur and the best part of being an entrepreneur for each of you?
The best and the worst. The best is that it gives you opportunity to work for your own dream, but not for somebody's dream, and you could use all your skills and all your level of expertise in sort of different areas. It doesn't mean about doing the business, but every single skill or knowledge you have previously learned, it might be useful, and that's about using your potential. But the main drawback of being entrepreneur is that taking huge risk, since once you work for somebody's other dream, you can change this guy tomorrow, and just don't care about the risk. It's in some case, but but I believe that being entrepreneur is something much more interesting, and all your life, and working 14 hours a day and 16 hours a day, you really love it, since you create your own business, and you implement your own ideas and sites for everything. Even you try to catch all information from everywhere, even useful or not useful. You still like a sponge. You get all information from various sources. Meanwhile, when you're working for somebody, you just do your job, which is somebody likes, but it's all about your personal nature.
Right. Evgeny, imagine that there are some people watching you right now. Let's say they work in Chamber of Commerce, and they really want to know what you say about being an entrepreneur or working for someone else. What's the difference? What's so good and bad about it?
The best thing is the same as worst one. You have a lot of risk, you take a lot of responsibility, and you have a lot of certainty. So if you like those things, here you go. If you don't, then you should be employed. That's it.
That's awesome, awesome. The final part, I ask you simple questions with several options as an answers, and you pick up one. And I guess you guys should do it one after another one. So, for instance, Evgeny first and Andrey the second one for each question. All right? Steve Jobs or Bill Gates?
Steve Jobs, of course.
Bill Gates.
Which phone? iPhone, BlackBerry, HTC, Android maybe?
Nokia.
Android.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Coffee.
Going to a party or staying home?
Have a party at home.
I'm in. This Friday, Andrey, your place.
Okay. Great.
I'm gonna join you.
More than welcome, friend.
Which car, Mercedes or BMW?
Mercedes. But actually, it's quite fun to choose between BMW and Mercedes when you own BMW and Mercedes.
Yeah, this is the guy who have a Mercedes back in Russia and who drives BMW here in London. I drive Barclays bikes in this country, and I would still go for Mercedes.
Fruits and vegetables or fast food?
Fruits and vegetables, of course.
Fast food, 100%. Burger King, the way to go.
Egg or chicken? What came first?
Cock.
Evgeny?
Egg.
Being married or not being married?
100% married.
Alright.
Of course, married.
The last question, the very last question of this interview, for those people who are watching us right now, they're thinking about starting some company and doing something great with their lives, but have some doubts. What would you advise? Maybe each of you some advice.
I mean, everyone is go out, try that. Alex did that some while ago. Andrey did it some while ago. I did that about years ago. Yeah. So just go out and try.
Um, I I'm positive that you should be outside any kind of frame. And first of all, secondly, there is no limit, and everything is possible, and even something unbelievable. After all, you will realize that you will have all these dots linked together, and you will be even surprised about that, and the way they're linked. And finally, wake up and go and just start, and that's it.
It's always better to regret something you did than regret something you didn't.